This is a major breaking news alert. I'm sure everyone out there has already heard about the Chinese spy balloon that has appeared over the skies of Montana. Well, folks, I have some bad news. The people of Montana have sold out the rest of the country. That's right. They're working in collusion with the Chinese. They allowed the Florida monkey. How can you say that? The Montana people, they are some of the most patriot. Hear me out. Hear me out. I have proof. I have undeniable proof that Montanans just allowed this to happen. In fact, I would allege that they knew it was coming and just turned a blind eye. Florida Maquis, I could never believe that. You wait. You wait. The tanks are coming. Montana has been a vassal state of the Chinese this whole time. Apparently, Red Dawn was just a psyop. Perhaps it was a warning. And nobody saw it coming. Boy, you better have some good proof, Monkey. Once again, real quick, just to be diligent, thank you to everyone who continues to join us here, whether you agree with me, whether you don't, whether it's Antarctica, whether it's Venezuela, or anything else we talked about. I do appreciate everyone who participates. Comment section, just maintain a level of decorum, and we can have a good adult discussion here. Those of you who have joined us over at the Patreon channel, thank you so much. The numbers are going up every single day, and it is making a huge difference. It's only $1 per month over there. Even less if you sign up for an entire year. That's the only level for everybody. We can partner with Vimeo and take the gloves off and do videos like you used to be able to do them without having to talk in code. Now, if you'd like to join us over there, would very much appreciate it. But if it's not for you, if you go over there, give it a shot. First 90 days, fully refundable. Spend $1 a month for 3 months. And if it's not for you, all $3 come right back at you. No questions asked. Would very much love having you there. Now, what do we talk about over there? Psychological operations. Thinking about things instead of feeling about things, and just assessing those emotions and basing those things on how we move forward. Now, what am I talking about? Well, here's what everybody's showing. They're saying there's this spy balloon at 60,000 feet is spotted over Billings, Montana. Apparently, it took off from China and it floated past Japan. Nobody said anything. Out over the Pacific. Nobody said anything. Some confirmed spotting of it at the Aleutian Islands. Never heard anything about that. Then up over Alaska. Still no word. And then a balloon, not a Zeppelin, not a blimp, makes a hard right-hand turn over Canada. Still no word. Still no word from anyone. And then shows up in Montana. Now, what does this prove? Well, what do we know? Well, we know the Earth is flat, right? And the only way a balloon from China could get to Montana is a straight line. Right? There's no way it would make some weird 90-degree turn over Canada all by itself. So if the Chinese launched this towards America, they launched it straight over the pole at Billings, Montana. Now, Florida Maquis, you said the Montanans are colluding. Well, yeah, they are. You know why? Because this can't possibly be true, of course. We know that this balloon couldn't have come from the Pacific, so we can't, blame the people from Washington for not having seen it. Who do we blame? Well, what do we know about flat Earth? You can see from Montana all the way to China because the Earth is flat. You can see. All they would have needed to do was get out a telescope or a spy scope or even go up in a plane so maybe they can see beyond the trees and stuff. And they could have been keeping an eye on the Chinese. They could have been staring at them directly over the pole this entire time. And if anything started to come this way or got closer, they could have sounded the alarm, but they didn't, did they? They didn't. You see, you can't blame the folks in Washington and Oregon. I mean, even though they're much more aligned with China. Why? Well, it's real simple. You see, over here is the west coast of the United States, and if they look directly off the coast, they'd be looking out to open sea. They can see all the way to the Antarctic ice wall But the people that would have been in charge of protecting the northern part would have been Montana and North Dakota. And since it's perfectly flat and you can see all the way across the pole to China, they just let it come in. They would have had days and days to see this coming. I mean, I don't know how they could have missed it. I mean, surely by the time it got to Canada, the people in Billings, Montana, and possibly North Dakota, and maybe even North Washington State would have easily been able to see the balloon. And did we get any warning? Absolutely not. See, this is clearly not accurate, because how in the world would it go around some giant weird left-hand turn, leaving China, going all the way out over the Pacific, and then coming all the way back to the, how would that work? How would that work? You're saying it would go all the way out here and then make some weird left-hand turn? That balloons don't do that. It would have just floated. It would have just floated up over Russia, up over the North Pole, northern Canada, and easily been in view, especially at 60,000 feet, which is only about, help me out here, about 12 miles, 10 miles? That would have been easy to see. It wasn't like it was way, way, way up there. So, unfortunately, they're in on it. They have to be in on it. I mean, I can't imagine that many, even, a few thousand good patriots didn't bother at any point in time in the last week or so to happen to look into the northern sky. Because that's where China is. Directly over the pole. We counted on them to keep our northern border safe. We can't count on Texas. We can't count on Arizona. We can't count on New Mexico or California to keep our southern border secure. So apparently we can't count on the Montanans either. They're clearly colluding with the Chinese. It's unfortunate, but it just is what it is, because this is the map of truth. Don't question this map. All opinions are valid. Remember, all opinions are valid and worthy of consideration. This is all they would have had to do. And now apparently it's over the heart of the United States, and it's continuing to float. It's all going to be over Missouri and Kentucky, and who knows where it's going to go after that. And it's just an unfortunate thing that we couldn't trust the people of Montana to have our, I guess, back or front or whatever. I mean, it's weird that it went through over all of these military bases, and I don't know what it was looking for. That couldn't have been seen with Google Earth anyway. I mean, there are Google Earth satellites continually hovering over the flat plain, looking down, spying on people, picking up every license plate and deviation in your normal course of your daily activities, and then alerting your phone that you should or should not be doing that. And even the former president has sounded the alarm. And it's kind of strange that he created a space force, given that there's no such thing as space, and the Earth is flat. I mean, what were all those people doing? I mean, what are they doing? Are they drilling through the Antarctic ice wall? Perhaps that's why he's, creating new space for us to live. Maybe that's what he meant by Space Force, is that they're drilling holes in the Antarctic ice wall, so that we have new places to go. So it is, it doesn't bring my heart any joy to report this about Montana. I really thought they were patriots. I thought they were on our side. I thought they were good folks and that we could have counted on them, but apparently the entire state of Montana just didn't care. Didn't care. They could have just looked north over the pole and looked at China this entire time. And when China launched that balloon, they should have seen it right away. They should have seen it right away, because it would have come straight at them. So, I don't know. Does anybody out there think there might be a different explanation? I mean, if so, don't question. First of all, you can't question the map we're using, because this is settled. This is settled science. It's apparently, I've been told, it's biblical. That the Bible describes the Earth as a round floating disc in space with a giant glass dome over it. And if somebody tells me the Bible says that, I guess I can't question that, because of course I'm the guy that, you know, likes to see girls in bikinis once in a while, so I can't speak about the Bible. I'm not allowed to. So just wanted to cover this and make everyone aware of what the real truth was. Watch your backs. You never know who it's going to be next. So we'll leave it there. But if you would like to join us over at Patreon and learn truly how psychological operations work, it's the best $1 you will spend. Trust me. Check with folks down in the comment section if you don't believe me. And if you don't believe me about the censorship, ask them about that as well. There's a whole bunch of people here that said, yeah, we went to Florida Maquis channel over there, and there's a lot of skin and different things that are somewhat R-rated, and it's true what they say about the censors. They really don't exist at Vimeo. It's because we put that $1 speed bump up. This is something that some of you, I'm probably dating myself here, that used to be the way it worked with TV. Who remembers pay-per-view? Who remembers, when you had your normal cable channels, but then you had that one where you had, to call in and on your dial phone and press the keys and, and pay for whatever or add whatever in to see things that were more than R-rated. When you add that money speed bump, that money paywall, the censors are a lot more lax because people are choosing to go there. People who have bank accounts and are clearly adults. And so, anyway, would love to have you there. God bless. Have a great weekend. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.